What is up, everybody, and welcome to the third edition of my predicting NFL divisions for the 2025-2026 NFL season. Today we are going to be covering the AFC West, where kicking off in last place will be the not Oakland, my bad, guys. I've been playing baseball lately. The Las Vegas Raiders. Now, okay, the Raiders are probably the most mid team right now, if I'm being honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think that Ashton Jeanty is going to be an absolute dog for the Raiders. Like, kind of like I don't think he's going to go crazy like 2,000 yards. I think he has a more like 1,500 yard season. But I think Ashton Jeanty is going to be a top 5 running back in the league this season. I think he's going to be great. His supporting cast, he is an aging quarterback in Geno, who hasn't been bad by any means, but he's like not going to be a guy who's going to bring you to a playoff spot, really, especially at the stage of the career that he's at. Your wide receiver one is Jacoby Myers. He's not really a wide receiver one, he's more of like a wide receiver two, but like, he's a good, reliable receiver. The rest of the core is like, okay, I guess. The defense, led by Max Crosby, their defense is pretty solid. But, like, overall, they're definitely the worst team in this division. They're behind basically 3 pretty decent, well-established playoff teams at this point. In the Broncos, Chargers, and Chiefs. It more comes down to having to play them and being in a division with them. I don't actually think they're bad. I just think that the other teams are better. I have them at a ceiling of 9-8. If everything goes right, maybe they squeak a wild card spot. A floor of 4-13, mainly just because, they have to play 6 games against playoff teams, plus the rest of their matchups. Kind of iffy for them. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Raiders in last place. Coming in third place, I have the Denver Broncos. The Broncos heading into the season with Bo Nix. They drafted a corner round 1 to pair with Pat Surtain in that absolutely loaded secondary. Like, it is the no-fly zone in Denver. Ironic with that elevation. But yeah, they have an electric defense, which is going to probably carry them throughout the season. Sutton is a good receiver to have. Their running back room is a little confusing. They got JK, they drafted one. But Bo Nix is decent. The offense is okay. That defense is a top 5, maybe even top 3 defense in the league. So I have them at a floor of 7-10. That's basically if their receiver core absolutely crumbles and the offense just crumbles, which I don't think will happen, if I'm being honest. Plus, you gotta remember, they play the Chargers twice a year. They play the Chiefs twice a year. It's like, gotta keep that in mind. I think that their ceiling is like 11-6. You can only go so far without having an elite offense, unless your name is Patrick Mahomes, but Bo Nix isn't to that level yet. So I think that I actually think that they're a great team overall. But I have them finishing in third just because this division is loaded. Coming in second place, I have the Los Angeles Chargers with a ceiling of 12-5, but a floor of 6-11. Now, why do I have their floor lower than Denver? It's basically if everything collapses like it did in 2024. Your receivers, Ladd ended up being a pretty good addition. You lost Palmer, kind of whatever. You got Mike Williams back, but what is he going to do, really? The Chargers, they're good. Their defense is good, but it can be hit or miss sometimes. But when that team is on, that's where the 12-5 ceiling comes in. Because when that team is on, they are on. Justin Herbert, even though he is the if man, you can't deny him in the regular season. He's a great quarterback, at least in the regular season. Playoffs, whole different story. But regular season, he's a top 10 quarterback in the league. Hands down. Not top 5, but definitely top 10. Herbert is very reliable. He made do with what he had last season, which, granted, wasn't really much out of their core other than Lad McConkey. Of course, now they have Najee in the backfield. That's, I think they drafted someone. Hold on, let me fact check that. I was correct. They drafted Omarion Hampton, who I believe is going to be a very solid back paired with Najee. So that backfield is going to be pretty solid. Maybe not elite, but it's going to be definitely solid. Thinking about it, the Broncos and Chargers are very in between. I could totally see Denver going above the Chargers. I can definitely see the Chargers going above the Broncos, which I'm predicting here. I think that the Chargers, if I had to give them a straight record prediction, I'm going to say 10-7, maybe 11-6, while the Broncos, I think, are a good 10-7 overall. I like this team. The floor is just basically asking the question, is this team going to perform like they did last season? Who didn't see this coming, bro? Like, who? In first place, you got the Kansas City Chiefs. And I hate them. I hate them. I hate the Chiefs. But it's gotten to the point, they're undeniable. The Chiefs are straight up undeniable. Mahomes, he had an off year last season. They still made it to the Super Bowl. Their defense is maybe the best in the league, top 3 probably. There's not much you can, like, their receiver core, it's not loaded with elite guys, but it's loaded with solid guys, fast guys, like Worthy and Rasheed and all them. And you got Pacheco coming back for a full year in the backfield with Kareem at the 2. Mahomes, of course, holding it down. Kelsey, who, granted, I think at this point is washed and probably cares more about his podcast than football, but I mean, hey, I could be wrong. You got that defense led by, like, Chris Jones, Trent McDuffie. It's a great team. You can't deny the Kansas City Chiefs. If I had to say, I think they're going to end up being the 3 seed in the AFC behind Buffalo and Baltimore, which, could just be optimistic hope that they're bad, but it's kind of whatever. They're gonna be good. We have to accept it as NFL fans. Just root for their downfall in the playoffs, because hopefully Lamar and Allen learn how to actually beat him. Okay, I'm ranting. But to recap, I have the Raiders finishing in last place. I have the Broncos barely losing out second to the Chargers in third. Then in second, of course, the Chargers, like I just said. And the winners of the division, to nobody's surprise, the Kansas City Chiefs. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, turn on notifications, and please go check out my AFC East and AFC North predictions. Doses.